Are you settling for mediocre in your life? Have you got too comfortable with being uncomfortable? What on earth do I mean? Well, if you're feeling a bit meh, a bit blur, at home, at work, in your relationships, maybe you started settling. And okay, I'm not here to fix your relationships and the rest of it, but don't be settling at work, because work's the number one place where you spend time. And did you know it's the number one factor for your well-being, for how good you feel about yourself? It stands to reason with all that time you spend there. And it's how a lot of people get their sense of self, get their self-esteem. And if you're settling for something not quite good enough for you, maybe it's time to make a change. So that's what I'm here to give you some tips on. I'm Sharkey-Steenson from Generation Women. If you enjoy these tips, please like, subscribe and follow. I have to say it like that because you watch all the Americans do it and they're so, oh my God, do a like and subscribe. That's just not how I roll. So, but I am here to give you some great tips on how you can stop settling, because I don't want you to be like a frog. What am I talking about? Well, did you know that frogs, if they're plunged into boiling water, will leap out? They ain't staying around to get cooked. But apparently, I can't tell you this for sure because I am certainly not trying it. Apparently, if you put them in a pan of cold water, turn the temperature up and gradually increase it so that they acclimatize to each shift in temperature. They get used to their environment, and before you know it, boom, boiled frog. Like, not pleasant. But actually, that might be what you're doing. Think about your work, your career. I see it all the time. Like, I work with wonderful women, and this is quite a common thing that when I'm just chatting to people, I can see there's all this lovely potential there, but yet they're settling. I hear, I'm doing okay. Yeah, things are grand. Yeah, it's fine. But I get flexibility. I'm not just not going to get that anywhere else. Or as things, life's a bit tough at the minute, I should be grateful. That's something I hear. See if you hear yourself saying should. Red flag. But I'm here as your little wake-up call. Ding, 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 ding. This is not something you should be settling for. Like, your life essence is ebbing away. Your confidence, your self-esteem. Do you know that word mojo? I love the word mojo. Like, do you have mojo for your work? Are you excited about it? Are you passionate about it? Do you feel valued? Do you feel recognized? Do you feel rewarded? If you're not tick, 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 tick to those, what the hell are you doing? And I get it. I see it, because it's actually so easy to slip into this place. A rut, there's a word for it, to slip into this rut. Because it feels normal. You get there gradually. No big thing has happened to get you there. And the other thing is, your confidence has dripped away a bit on the way. And you've just got comfortable with the idea of being uncomfortable. And it feels scary, feels like a big deal to make a change. If I just stay where I am, it's going to be easier. I'll just stay for a couple more years until, like, always pushing over the horizon, the point where we're going to do something. But wake up call reminder, what if you're still there in 5 years, 10 years, God forbid 20 years? Like, how's that going to feel? Is that something you're going to be happy about? I don't think so. So remember that alarm call? Whoop, whoop, whoop. You deserve more. You have more potential. You deserve to feel great about what you do, to be valued, to enjoy it. Yeah, nobody's bouncing to work every Monday morning. Like, I love what I do, and even I'm not bouncing to work every Monday morning. But you should feel more excited about it more often. You shouldn't feel like, like if you feel like, about work, then it's time to make a change. So, let me think. What can we do? Well, I want to tell you about a lovely woman I work with called Sarah. Sarah, from the outside, great job, great salary, flexibility, you'd think happy. On the inside, overworked, undervalued, losing confidence by the minute. And that's why she came to me. Thankfully, somebody gave her a shake and said, here, could you maybe do better than this? And we started to work together. And she was staying because young kids, I've got flexibility. I'll just wait till they're all at school. And then I'll just wait till they're all at secondary school. But before you know it, you've lost yourself. And that's the scary thing, when that confidence goes out the window. And she was in that full-on Goldilocks mode. I'll just get my head down. I'll do the work. They'll see I'm doing good stuff. I'll work up. Doesn't happen. In fact, they dangled the promotion for a long time. And a lot of women, a lot of people stay for that because it's that bit of validation. Once I get the promotion. But you know what? It won't make you feel any better because you'll have sold your soul to get there. Self-esteem, dropping. Self-belief, dropping. It's just not enough. So, what did we do? Because I can tell you, Sarah is now in a happy place. She's in a job she loves. She is so confident. Yes, she's got flexibility. We haven't compromised on any of the things that she wanted. She wanted to keep hybrid working. She wanted to keep flexibility. She wanted a great salary. She was willing to take a step down because she was like, oh, maybe it'd be less work, less responsibility. I was like, well, what if we can find the right role? And so I want to give you a few tips that really help Sarah and that can help you. Because wouldn't it be great to shift back into that mindset? Because I bet there's a time you really believed in yourself. You really backed yourself. You really went for it and you were amazing. What I want to tell you is you are still amazing. You're just a bit tired. You've just accepted a bit too much rubbish, and it happens to pretty much everyone, but no more. Right, so what can you do? Tip number one, I want you to remind yourself of how brilliant you are. So I want you to do a career map for yourself. What is that? I recommend this all the time, and my clients come back to it time and time again as one of the most valuable tools you can do for yourself. It's where you map out your career from your first job to today, and you identify what are all the things that have made me feel really driven, excited, alive, when I was thriving, growing, feeling challenged. And then what are all the things that drained the life out of me? You know, took my confidence, made me feel low. So, drivers and drainers. And when you do that, you can start to see and remember, look at all the things I've achieved, look at all the things I've done, and look at what's been chipping away at me. And so is it any wonder I'm feeling a bit blah and a bit meh? Okay? Number 2, feedback. Feedback is a gift. I know it's one we don't always want, but feedback is really important. I want you to reach out to some people that you really respect for feedback and ask them, how would you describe the impact I have? Or what would you say I'm really good at? Or if you can, great at. Get their input. Get how other people see you. Now, don't talk to anyone you think's a dick. Like, you're not going to listen or respect that person's opinion. Focus on people you respect, past, present, and have some great conversations. Recognize what they are saying. Number 3, I want you to take some time out of your day, maybe go for a walk or a run or a drive or whatever is your good thinking time, and daydream about what you'd love to be doing, how you'd like to be recognized. Think about, in 5 years' time, what would I love to be celebrating having achieved? And you can add that to your career map as your future goal. Number 4, how about you take some time to think about what's really important to you about your career? What's important to you? And then ask yourself, why is that important to me? So it's important to me to feel challenged. Why is it important for me to feel challenged? Well, when I feel challenged, I'm growing. It makes me feel more alive and excited. I love what I do more. And so you'll get to the heart of what's really important to you, what you value. So your values are vital in helping you in this. And number 5, I want you to think about 3 people. Identify 1, 2, 3 people who could help you in your career. Excuse me. Reach out to them. Ask them for some time. So, how do you do that? I've been thinking about where I'm going in my career and what my next steps might be. I would really value some time with you. Would you have time to grab a coffee? And tell them why you would value time with them. Like, of course they're going to say yes. And if anybody says no to that, it's either because there's some serious stuff going on in their lives and they just haven't got the time in the headspace. That's okay. Or you shouldn't have asked them. They're not the right people. So the right people will say yes. So there you go. 5 simple tips in less than 15 minutes. Remind yourself of why you're worth more. Number 1. Feedback. Number 2. Daydream about what you'd really love. Number 3. Identify what's important to you. Number 4. And number 5, take action, ask for help. Get some advice and support from people you respect. And before you know it, you'll be stepping up, stepping out instead of settling. And obviously, if you want to do this with real power, rebuild that confidence, be amazing, then of course come to me. I can definitely help you. So much so that my latest client within 2 weeks has moved from this settling mindset to already landing a job with 100% pay rise. That woman was doing nothing until we spoke. Now she's already got 100% pay rise. I'm telling you, stop settling, start stepping up. Thank you. I've been Sinead Sharkey-Steenson from Generation Women. And like I said, like, follow, and subscribe for more tips. Mwah. Bye.